It depends on where you're at. So if you're young, you don't have a whole lot of responsibility, or I don't want to say responsibility necessarily, but you don't have obligations, wife, mortgage, kids, et
Less
cetera,
risk.
then maybe, yeah, less risk. Then
Yeah.
maybe you take a leap sooner. If you've got a kid and you've got a wife and you've got a mortgage, and you've got car payments and things, like it's going to take you a little bit longer. So here's what I would suggest, just to put a tangible date on it, is sit down right now and figure out what your minimum monthly expenses are. Your minimum monthly expenses, like bare bones. We're going to skim the groceries. We're just gonna pay the service the debt, but we're not gonna have a bunch of unnecessary discretionary expenses. Like okay, so it's $2,000 a month, whatever it is, whatever. Just pick your number, $3,000, let's say. Okay, well, you need to be. If we look at the math, let's just look at the math. You need to be making $3,000 a month with your business to quit your job. Not 5, not 7, not 10, 3, because that's what covers your expenses. Yeah. Or here's another way to look at this. You look at the trajectory of your business. Let's say last month you did $1,000 in revenue, and you did that for the last 90 days, and now you're at 2,000, and you see that for 60 to 90 days. And so you can figure in maybe another 90 days, maybe you'll be at that 3,000 mark. So that means that you need to have $9,000 in savings to be able to cover and float. Actually, it's not even that much. It's the difference between 2 and 3. So it's $1,000 a month. So you need to have $3,000 in savings to float you until you get to that $3,000 a month salary. So I think this is a combination of logic and reason, and assuming a little bit more risk and stepping outside of your comfort zone than you would feel comfortable with. Because if you're comfortable with it, you'll never do it. So you have to be uncomfortable with it to some degree. Does that quantify it a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
so.
I would suggest.
And what I like about what you said, Ryan, is I think far too often people say they want something, but they're never clear on the price that they're willing to pay for it. They're not clear on what they're willing to do or what they're not willing to do. And by doing what you just said is by looking at your budget and saying, okay, what is our absolute necessary income? That's kind of me looking at the grand scheme of things and going, what am I willing to go without? What am I willing to sacrifice to make this happen? And that's really great to do, because some guys may come to the table and go, actually, no, I'm not willing to sacrifice those things. Then awesome. Don't do it then. Right.
And that's okay, actually.
But to act on something and not be clear on the cost of it is just a waste of your time.